Hey everybody, we are back. And look, we are now at our advanced level. You have already joined us with our beginner level and intermediate level. So of course we have to show you the advanced level. So today we have Allie Rutherford. She is an 11th grader at Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. And I say it with enthusiasm because that is my alumni. That is my high school that I graduated from. So Allie is definitely going to be focusing on kind of the things that you would need to know in high school. So those things are prepping for an audition or chair placements or getting into that college. If you want to audition, if you want to be a music major or you just want to play in the band, you have to take an audition. So Allie is going to focus on those things. So everybody, are you guys ready to hear what an advanced player sounds like? All right, get ready for Allie Rutherford.
3, 2.
Hello everyone, we are back and I'm here with Allie and we are demonstrating the advanced player. Allie is in the 11th grade and she is going to show us techniques and things that you need to learn about auditioning and college prep and how to get in those all-state district auditions and chair placements. Is all about auditioning and what you need to know and what you need to do to get that #1 spot. All right, so Allie, are you ready to demonstrate us on what we need to do to be prepared for an audition?
Of course.
Okay, so first thing that you need to know is what is on the audition, right? You need to know what do you have to learn how to play, what do you have to do, and by this time, at this level, you have already learned about your scales, you've learned about chromatic scales. I talked about a little bit about chromatic in the last segment. So Allie's going to demonstrate a lot of those techniques and things that you need to know for an audition. So let me tell you this. So when you get into high school, there's going to be chair placements where you can audition for chairs to be in the first chair, second chair, third chair, and things like that. And so your band director is going to have certain requirements that you're going to need to perform for. So for an instance, I remember for my chair placements, I had to be able to play a full chromatic scale. What that means is starting on the lowest note of your instrument and going all the way to the highest note possible. So that demonstrates your range as a player. And then the other thing I needed to learn and know were all of my major and minor scales. So Allie's going to demonstrate some of those scales for you so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And then the next thing is required music. So sometimes what you'll see is they want you to sight read. What that means, you're reading music at sight, and then they'll have the required music of what they want to hear. So fortunately, Allie's is auditioning for the All-State Kansas Audition District State Band. So she's getting prepared for this. So this is perfect for her, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So the first thing that we're going to show you today is the range. So when you're in high school, you have to be able to show range. So Allie, I'm going to ask you, can you play me a C full chromatic scale for me? Mm-hmm. All right. She did it, you guys. That's so great. So I just wanted to inform all those people that are getting ready for these auditions, it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to have all of these kind of jitters. That's the part of that we play through, you know? So if you make a mistake, just keep going. That is the whole concept of what we have to do as performers, because really it might be a big mistake to you, but to people out there, they probably missed it. So I'm so glad that Allie's doing such a great job. So I want her to play some more things for you. So since she's auditioning for this all-state audition, and this is basically taking all of the performers, either she lives in the state of Kansas and they're auditioning to try to get in this one band, so to make it the kind of the best players in the state. So, and they're using all these criteria to kind of weed out those players so they can make this kind of honor band. So Allie has been working on a snippet of the Concerto in G by Mozart. And so all of the things that we've talked about from the beginner level, from the intermediate level to now the advanced level, you're going to hear in a portion of this song that she's going to demonstrate. So Allie, are you ready to demonstrate Mozart for us? Mm-hmm. All right, so here we go. Wow, that just gives me goosebumps. So, you know, you guys can do this. So every part of a musician's career, kind of from elementary through the advanced level, are different stages. And you just seen here from the first segment, the second segment, and now here on how to play your instrument and how to play it in all levels and stages of how to play the flute. So thank you so much, Allie. Thank you for demonstrating such great flute playing.
Kindergarten is great at Kansas City Public Schools.
I know they have really good teachers. I know this is a great school.
They teach them stuff that I thought my kids would never be able to know at the age of 5.
Since deciding to send our kiddos to a neighborhood school, we've become even more of a part of our community.
Now is the time to enroll your future kindergartner for the new school year. Visit enrollkc.org today.
Welcome back to PE with Coach K. Once again, we are in my gym at Foreign Language Academy, and today we're going to be working on another fundamental movement. First, we did locomotor movements, then we went into non-locomotor movements, and today we're going to work on manipulative skills. Manipulative skills, I have to say it slowly in order for me to pronounce it right. Manipulative skills are skills where you are using your body and an object. So 3 of those skills that we're going to work on today is striking, catching, and kicking. Now when you think of striking, we always think of baseball, when you use a bat and you're striking the ball. Or maybe you are striking the ball at somebody in dodgeball. So when you think of catching, we think of baseball again, or any other sport. Basketball, football involves catching. And when you catch, you want to make sure that your hands are at your chest, at your face, and not below. But you want to make sure it's right here. And when we think of kicking, we always think of soccer, kicking the ball into kicking the ball into the soccer goal. So we're going to work on those 3 manipulative skills, and you can see that each of those skills, we're using our body, but there's an object. There's a ball, there's maybe a frisbee that you're throwing, but we're using our body and the object. That is what manipulative skills are. So I am going to bring a special guest, and her name is Miss Moore. She is a counselor at Foreign Language Academy, and she is going to help demonstrate the 3 activities that we're going to do. So what you're going to need, if you have a paddle at home, you can use a paddle and you can use a small ball. If you don't have a paddle, you can grab a spatula out the kitchen. You can take a paper towel or 2 and just roll it up in a ball as well. So with our spatula and our ball, or paddle and our ball, we are going to strike our ball up in the air to see how many times can we keep it up. Now when we do this, we want to use hand-eye coordination, meaning we want to make sure that we're using our eyes to follow the ball so that we know where to put our spatula or our paddle to keep the ball up in the air. So we can put the ball inside and we can toss. Keep it up. How many times or how long can you keep it up in the air for 30 seconds? After we do striking, we're gonna go into catching. And with catching, you don't need the spatula or the paddle, so you can go ahead and put that down. We'll just use a regular ball. And you wanna make sure you have a partner just to make it fun and interesting. So we're gonna see how many catches can we successfully make in 30 seconds. And what I mean by successful, I mean you have to catch it. So you can see how many that you make with your partner. So you're not counting by yourself, you're counting with your partner to see how many catches can we make together. So teamwork. And then last, we're gonna still use this one ball that we have, or your paper ball, whichever you have, and we're gonna kick. So one person is gonna toss it up. You wanna toss it to me? And you're gonna try to find it and, okay, we can try it again. You're gonna try to find it and try to get a good kick. Okay, maybe not. And we're gonna keep trying, but we have 30 seconds to do so. This time I'm going to do it. Okay, there we go. But you have 30 seconds to do so and see how many kicks can you make in 30 seconds. Remember, we're not perfect. You're gonna mess up, you're gonna make mistakes, and it's okay. We keep trying. So let's go ahead and get ready. We're gonna grab our paddle and our ball, or our spatula and our paper ball. So we have 30 seconds to see how many times can we keep the ball up in the air. We are working on striking the ball up using hand-eye coordination, starting in 5, 4, 3, get it ready, 2, and 1. Let's go. 2, oh. So go ahead and try to count how many times you can do it. It may be a little challenging, but if you keep trying, you'll get it. We got about 15 more seconds. Don't rush. Try to keep your eyes on the ball so you know where it goes. About 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I hope you counted how many you were able to do. If not, it's okay. That's something that you can just continue to practice at home on your own time. So let's go ahead and put our paddle and our spatula down, and our ball we will need for our catching portion. How many catches can you and your partner get in 30 seconds? Remember, this is a teamwork effort. In 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Remember, work together. We're working together, not against each other. 7. Maybe you can move around with it. Maybe you can find a different direction to challenge yourself. Maybe you keep moving. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, last catch, and 1. So I hope you were able to get a nice amount of catches in with your partner. Remember, you want to work together, not against each other. And you can also do this at home to challenge yourself for a long period of time, or you can do how we did, where we kind of moved with it to challenge ourselves to see if we can still catch the ball. Going into our third one, which is kicking. Now, when you kick your ball, you want to make sure that you're not using your toes. What I think about, I just use like the top of my shoelaces. So she's going to toss it to me, and I'm going to try to kick it. And we have 30 seconds to see how many kicks can we get. Successful kicks, meaning you were actually able to kick the ball. We're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Ooh, That was my knee that time. So I'm gonna try my best, and I want you to do the same. There we go. Is that too far out? Okay, try it again. We got about 15 more seconds. And then if you want to communicate with your partner, maybe say, do a lighter toss. A lighter toss. There we go. 10 more seconds. Let's see if I can get another one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam. All right. So with that one, communication is definitely key when working with another partner. You want to make sure that you communicate like maybe, hey, a lighter toss, or move closer, move further away. Whatever way you can to communicate so you can work together. So I hope that you enjoyed those 3 manipulative skills. Those are one of the fundamental skills that we have been working on. What I want you to do at home, I want you to challenge yourself. Choose 1, or maybe 2, or maybe all of them. Or you can maybe research other manipulative skills that are your interests. But you're going to choose one of those, 3 of those, however many you choose, and you're going to do them for 2 minutes. Maybe you go outside and kick your ball, your soccer ball. Maybe you go outside and play catch with your mom, your dad, or your sibling. Or maybe you use your spatula just like how we did, and you ball up a paper and try to see how many times you can strike it in the air for whatever time period. So I want you to challenge yourself to improve your manipulative skills. And also, don't forget about your non-locomotor movements and your locomotor movements. Continue to do them each day so you can improve your ability in those skills. So before we end today, we want to make sure that we remember what we learned during this segment. Today we went over manipulative skills. And what are manipulative skills? They are skills that we use our full body and an object. And 3 of those skills that we did today are catching, and we did some throwing too, and we did kicking and striking. So remember, take some time at home, maybe go outside, enjoy the weather, and I want you to practice one of those skills for however long you may have, and challenge yourself so you can continue to improve. And we will see you next week. Back to PE with Coach K, and once again I am here in my gym at Foreign Language Academy. So today we are going to work on another fundamental movement. Last week we did locomotor movements, and today we're going to do non-locomotor movements. Non-locomotor movements are movements where you won't travel from one place to another. A lot of things are in one place. You're still moving your body, but you're not traveling from one place to another. So what you're going to need for today is you're going to need 3 water bottles. 2 of them are going to be filled all the way up, but 1 of them are going to be filled about halfway, and I'll explain it to you later why I want 1 filled up halfway. If you don't have any water bottles, it's okay. Maybe you have 3 cups at home. I'm sure you have cups or anything that can replace a water bottle. So 2 of them are filled all the way up, and 1 is halfway filled up. So the 3 non-locomotor movements that we're going to go through today are bending, flexing, and kicking. No, kicking is not a non-locomotor movement. Kicking is a manipulative movement, and that's something that we're going to work on next week. So we're going to focus on bending, flexing, and another one that I will let you know once we get there. So the first locomotor movement is bending. When you think of bending, you can think of, when you bend your arms, when you look pointing at something, or maybe you're doing some bicep curls, or maybe you're bending over to stretch. When you think of flexing, the way I think of flexing is when we flex our muscles. You know, sometimes we want to flex, or when we're doing some bicep curls. So the first one that we're going to work on is bending. So you won't need your water bottles for this section. You're gonna use them for the next two, and I'll explain to you the other two. So the first one is bending. We're gonna see how many times we can do squats in 30 seconds. You're gonna see how many squats can you push out in 30 seconds. Now when you squat, you wanna make sure that your weight is in your heels and not your toes. So you're gonna have your feet maybe shoulder width apart, or if you feel more comfortable having your toes pointed out, you can, but you wanna make sure your weight goes back in your heels, your hips go back, your chest stays up, and you bring your hips forward and you come back up and straighten. Do not lock your knees all the way out. You wanna keep them slightly bent. So we're gonna see how many times can we do squats in 30 seconds. You don't have to go fast, you can go at your pace. And squats are a non-locomotive movement because we're doing what? Bending our legs, okay? The second one is balancing. Balancing is another non-locomotive movement that we're gonna focus on today. So when we balance, that's what we use our water bottle that is halfway filled up. For that reason, you are going to place it on your head. Find a good place for it. You're gonna try to focus in on one thing. You can balance with your feet on the ground, arms out, hands on your hips, whatever is comfortable. Or you can challenge yourself, lift a leg up, put it down, maybe lift another leg up, maybe lift an arm and a leg, and another arm and a leg, okay? And we're gonna see how long we can balance the water bottle on our head for 30 seconds. Remember, we're using the water bottle that's halfway filled up. And then the last one is flexing. So we're gonna take the water bottles that are filled all the way up, and we're gonna do some bicep curls where you're gonna flex your bicep muscles, keep your elbows close to your body. You're gonna extend your arms, and then you're gonna bend them. Yes, you're gonna bend them because bending is a non-locomotive movement, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Remember the first one, we don't need any water bottles, we just need our body. We're gonna see how many squats can we push out in 30 seconds. Are you ready? Because I am. Ready? We're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's go ahead and push them out. Make sure you're counting. Keep going. Remember, keep your heels down. Don't put your weight in your toes. Push your hips back. We got 15 more seconds. Keep pushing them out. Try to keep count. I think I lost count, but it's okay. Keep going. Keep your chest up. Don't bend over too much. You should start to feel this in your quads, which are the front part of your legs. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I don't know how many I did, but I hope you know how many you did. You can write it down, and that way you can challenge yourself to do more at another time. You could do a longer period of time rather than 30 seconds. Maybe you do 1 minute or 1 minute and 30. So going on to number 2, which is our balancing portion. So go ahead, get your water bottle that is filled up halfway. Place it on your head. Find a good spot for it. I like to put mine right in the middle. Now, if you have a bun on your head, you're gonna have to figure out where you're gonna put it on your head. Focus in on something. Get ready. We're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remember, you can have your arms out on your hips. Can you lift one leg up? Can you lift another leg up? Maybe one arm. Maybe another arm. Maybe an arm and a leg. 15 more seconds. Maybe another arm and a leg. 10 seconds. Can you do a squat? Or just stand here in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you deserve a drink because I need a drink. So moving on, remember you can always challenge yourself on another day to do a longer time, or maybe you want to fill the water bottle all the way up and make it heavier and harder for yourself. So our third one is flexing. Pick up those water bottles that are filled all the way up. And if you have bigger water bottles, that's cool. So go ahead and get in a position for your bicep curls. Your biceps are in the front and your triceps are in the back. So go ahead, we're gonna keep them extended, keep the elbows in. We're gonna see how many we can crank out in 30 seconds. Ready? Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. We're gonna flex them biceps. If you need to go slow, work on your form. Form is always important. Speed doesn't really matter if your form is not correct. Or if you got the form down, you wanna speed it up. Or maybe you have weights at home. Pick up some weights, make it heavier, and challenge yourself. 15 more seconds. How many can you crank out? Keep a slight bend in your knees. Don't lock them out. 10 more seconds. Push them out. I feel a little burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and shake it out. We're gonna do a quick bicep stretch. You're gonna keep your thumbs up, bring your arms behind you, and then turn your thumbs down. Okay, so as we bring this to an end, I wanna give you something to do on your own time, whether it's independently by yourself, or you can do it with a partner to get some type of motivation. So you're gonna choose one of the 3 non-locomotor movements that we did today, and you're gonna do them for 2 minutes. Let's say you balanced. Maybe you balance on a chair safely, or you balance somewhere else in the house, or whatever type of balance you wanna do. Maybe your leg is up. Maybe you're a dancer and you wanna balance in your arabesque. Whatever you wanna do. Or you can choose bending. Maybe you stretch for 2 minutes. Or you can choose, what else did we do? Bending, balancing, and flexing. Maybe you have some heavier weights at home. Maybe you can go in the gym or get some heavier water bottles. Whatever you want to do, I want you to choose one of those 3 non-locomotor movements and do them for 2 minutes. You can compete with a friend, a sibling, your mom, your dad, whoever's at home, just to make it a little bit fun. So before we end and leave, we want to make sure that we remember what we learned today during this segment. So today we went over one of the fundamental movements, which is a non-locomotor movement. What are non-locomotor movements? Non-locomotor movements are movements where you do not travel from one place to another. You stay in one area, you're still moving your body, just like when we did our squats, we balanced and we flexed. We did not move from one place to another. So remember, take some time, challenge yourself at home doing one of those non-locomotor movements, and I will see you next week.
The desire to create lives within each of us. From Grammy-winning producers and musicians, to NBA stars, to Navy admirals and Medal of Honor recipients, to internationally renowned artists and beloved local muralists, Paseo graduates have been creating their own success, their own history, their own legacy since 1926. Now it's your time. Create your future at Paseo Academy of Fine and Performing Arts. Learn more at enrollkc.org/Paseo.
Hi guys, welcome back to another segment here at Paseo Academy of Fine and Performing Arts. My name is Paula Chappelle Lang, and I'm the artist in residence here in the dance department. Now today we're going to look at the form of tap. Okay, now as you already know, I always like to give a little history before I get started with something. So, saying that, tap is characterized by using the sound of metal taps that attach to the ball and heel of the shoe and striking the floor as a form of percussion coupled with interpretive body movements. It's a combination of the African juba dance, English clog dancing, and the Irish jig. It developed for the Africans when their slave owners took away traditional African percussion instruments. Slaves turned to percussive dancing to express themselves and retain their cultural identities. These styles of dance connected with clog dancing from the British Isles, created a unique form of movement and rhythm. Tap gained popularity after the Civil War as part of traveling minstrel shows, where white and black performers wore blackface and belittled black people, portraying them as lazy, dumb, and comical. In the 20th century, tap was featured in vaudeville variety shows and was a major creative output for the Harlem Renaissance. This is also when the modern tap shoe was developed. Before, it was a wooden shoe, usually with pennies attached on the bottom. Tap began to decline, but was brought back to life with Hollywood movies. Popular dancers such as Shirley Temple, Bilbo Jangles Robinson, Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly, and the greats were Master Juba, Clayton Pegleg Bates, Jenny Lagon, who was the first African lady to start as a soloist, and who can ever forget the magical Nicholas Brothers, Gregory Hines, and Savion Glover. Let's get started. As you can see, I am being joined by Faith and Jalen. And what we're going to do is demonstrate what I call the bread and butter steps of tap. They're usually in every kind of tap dance or every step that you do. So the first thing I'm going to demonstrate is just a brush going forward. So it's going this way. You're going to loosen up the ankles when you do tap and brush it forward and lift the knee. So you guys ready? We're going to do 3 and step on 4 and go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. This step can also be done going backwards. Now notice I'm lifting up the knee more and I'm brushing back. That's how it goes. Ready, ladies? And go. And 1, 2, 3, step on 4. And 1, 2, 3, step on 4. Another step is the ball heel. Very simple. It sounds exactly, or you do exactly what you're saying. And going 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready, ladies? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another step is the shuffle step. We have 2 brushes in that. And we're going and 1, 2, and step. And 1, 2, and step. Ready? And go. 1, 2, step. 1, 2 again. And 1, 2. And next thing, we're going to do a ball change. That's a transition of weight as you do it. So you're going back, then you transition to weight, forward, change, and step. Ready? And going. And ball change and step. Ball, step. Ball change, step. Ball change, step. Now you can actually put the shuffle and the ball change together. So what we're going to do is 3 shuffle ball changes and 1 shuffle step and transition to the left side. So ladies, let's just go ahead and try that. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, shuffle step, and 1, ball for 2, 3, and shuffle step. Now I think we can try this with music. What do you think? Okay, starting on your right foot. Brush. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Brush it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Ball heel and ball heel. Keep going. Let's go to a shuffle step. Not so hard. Ball change. And let's go to our shuffle ball change. And left. And hold. All right, now we're going to see what we could do with those steps. Be right back. Okay, so let's see what happens.
Well, I do it the first time.
Take time. Take time.
All right. Modern dance is a free, expressive style of movement that started in the early 20th century as a rebellion to the stiff, confined movements of ballet. Modern dance relies on many ballet steps, but the interpretation of each choreographer, teacher, and dancer can be amazingly different. Historically, modern dance is broken into 3 phases. The early period from 1880 to 1923. Its most known dancers during that time are Louis Fuller, Ruth St. Denis, Ted Shawn, and Eleanor King. The middle period from 1923 to 1946 brought about Martha Graham, Lester Horton, Doris Humphrey, and Katherine Dunham. The late modern dance period from 1946 to present brought dancers to the front such as Jose Limon, Pearl Primus, Tally Beatty, and Paul Taylor. Modern dance embraced the contributions of the African American dance artist, whether it produced a pure dance work or blended works with African and Caribbean influences. Our African American contributors blended African culture with modern dance while also creating their own technical style. Katherine Dunham, originally a ballet dancer who was also an anthropologist, drew her inspiration from African dances. Her style was having a flexible torso and spine, isolation of the limbs, and polyrhythmic movement integrated with ballet. Pearl Primus, a dancer, choreographer, and anthropologist, drew her inspiration on African and Caribbean dances to create dramatic works. She based most of her works off of Black writers and on racial and African American issues. Alvin Ailey, a student of Lester Horton and Martha Graham, spent several years working in both concert and theater dance before embarking on his own. In 1958, the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater made its debut in New York with an all-Black company. Alvin drew upon what he called his blood memories of Texas. His inspiration came from music he heard growing up, such as the blues, spirituals, and gospel music. His most acclaimed work is Revelations. Go together, watch each other.
feels like I'm losing control.
Southeast because of the culture, the band program, and restorative justice.
I love Southeast because of the academics, sports, and students.
I love Southeast because of the people, the energy, and the advanced classes.
It's not a like. I love Southeast because the students here at Southeast are full of potential and they believe in achieving anything.
We are Southeast.
Southeast.
We stand shoulder to shoulder.
Join the Southeast family. Enroll today.
How you doing? My name is Willie Thornton. I am the choral director at Paseo Performing Arts Academy in Kansas City, Missouri. I am just delighted today to share with you about this thing we called virtual learning. This has been a challenge for choral directors, band directors, art teachers to teach in a way that, to be able to engage our students where they feel like they're accomplishing something. So last year, in March, when we could not go back to school and we had to teach in a virtual manner, I was challenged to be able to engage my students. And so I did some research to see how we could have a virtual concert and come together and sing as a body. So what I did was, the process of this virtual singing, each student has to know their part. And I really think during this time of teaching in a virtual manner, it really prepares the student, and it really gives a student a benchmark of where they are. Because when they have to sing their part by themselves, then what happens is that either they're going to do good or they're going to do bad. But most of the students really want to do good because they know that they're going to be seen. But the process I did, I actually played each part. I send them the music. I played each part, the soprano part, the alto part, the tenor part, and the bass part. And then they had to learn the music and sing it back, record themselves, and they needed a computer and their cell phone. And most of the students had a cell phone, and some of the students were so kind that if a student didn't have a cell phone, they would actually go over their house and record them. And so that just showed me the compassion and the love that they had for each other, because they really wanted to sound good. So after they recorded all their parts, sung their parts, they would send it back to me. They would email me the parts, the recorded part, video part, that is, and I would import it into a software called Final Cut Pro Studio. And then I would take the time to make sure all the voices blended together. I would make sure that individuals that didn't sound good, I would, edit their part, maybe put some auto pitch correction on their voice. But it was an exciting opportunity. And then when the students saw the finished product, it was amazing. They didn't have any conception of what it was going to sound like or how it was going to turn out, because we're in new waters now. And so, but this is the norm. I believe this is going to be the norm. And so I asked a few students to be able to demonstrate today. And so we had Christine, Abrams, we had who's singing alto. We had Kayleen, she's singing soprano. We had Marquise Williams singing tenor. We have Dakota Perry, she was singing soprano and alto. And the two songs that we're demonstrating is Lift Every Voice and Sing, and also the national anthem. So I just thought that these two songs would be fitting for the time that we're living in now, where there's racial tension, but it's wonderful to be able to celebrate those that have fought for our country, and it's wonderful to be able to celebrate those that have fought for our freedom. And so I just want to share with you today the outcome of what it is to be able to teach our students in a virtual way that encapsulate individuality, and they get a chance to really be challenged in the way that they've never been challenged before. And I'm excited about the outcome. Further in the show, you will see the outcome, them singing the Black National Anthem and also the National Anthem. Thank you very much. Oh.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's lights gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the guns bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay, now check it out. Do not be scared of that. Don't be scared. That's C. All right. One more time, then we'll do individual. Okay. Yeah. You just heard them sing the Star Spangled Banner. It's an arrangement that I wrote, but we're so used to hearing it in a huge setting, at a football game, at a baseball game, at a hockey game. But here you're able to hear them individually coming together in a virtual way. So I just want you to sit back and enjoy this taste, this flavor that they're going to convey.
Okay. So now I'm guessing we're seeing them like little squares, little boxes.
Okay.
How you gonna put
Yeah, right.
like Zoom boxes.
Right.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Now, you just heard them singing Lift Every Voice and Sing live. But now I want you to see how they would sing in person by themselves. So just pay attention to the facial expression, pay attention to the diction. Some of the diction is good, some of it is not. But this is an opportunity for us to evaluate how we look when we sing. And so this is a wonderful tool. There's a particular student that she's not too animated, but I need to be able to show her that I need for you to open your mouth more. I need for you to enunciate your words better. I need for you to show some facial expression. And so this is a wonderful tool so they can see what they look like in front of the camera. So you saw them sing together. Now I want you to see how they sing individually.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise
high as the listening skies.
Let it resound loud as a rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
We have to understand how difficult it is for them to sing individually and the importance of them singing on the right note. because when you bring that virtual choir together, everybody has to be singing their part. The tenor has to sing their correct part. Alto has to sing their correct part. The sopranos have to sing their correct part. And if there's a bass part, they have to sing their correct part. And not only singing, but also being able to convey some dynamics, because that's what moves people, is not necessarily the notes that's on the staff, but it's how you sing the notes that are on the staff. So I just want to say thank you for this opportunity to share with you all. I ask that you, if you're interested in being part of Paseo Performing Arts choral department, if you even feel inclined to give a donation to the department or to the school, we just are so grateful. Thank you for this time and have a blessed day.
I chose manual because it's challenging and fun, and it can help me with college.
I chose manual because I wanted to get a jump start in my career with culinary arts.
I chose manual to acquire skills I'd use in real life.
I chose manual because I want to be an ER doctor, and being an EMT is my first step.
Kickstart your future today at Manual Career and Technical Center. Manual is open for all 11th and 12th grade students in both Kansas and Missouri. Learn more today at enrollkc.org/manual or call 816-418-5200.
Kindergarten is great at Kansas City Public Schools.
I know they have really good teachers. I know this is a great school.
They teach them stuff that I thought my kids would never be able to know at the age of 5.
Since deciding to send our kiddos to a neighborhood school, we've become even more of a part of our community.
Now is the time to enroll your future kindergartner for the new school year. Visit enrollkc.org today.